Ten.
Standby to take studio.
7, 6.
Standby camera 1, mics 1 and 2.
3, 2, 1.
Take studio.
Good afternoon, MCHS, and welcome to MCTV. I'm Tyler Troy.
And I'm Amanda Andrick. Today on our show, we will have a look inside the MCHS BAM program.
A look at the Morinville's Food Bank Christmas Drive.
And a recap of the recent Wake-a-thon. But first, our top story.
One of the staples of any school in the province of Alberta are parent-teacher interviews. This year, MCHS had adopted a new format, with all staff members being seated in an arena format in the gym. Previously, each teacher would hold interviews in their individual classrooms. The changes to the format have been met with some mixed views, as reporter Tim Evans explains.
There's a new format on MCHS parent-teacher interviews. As you can see, everyone is in the gym, where it's nice and convenient for parents instead of running around all over the school, like Principal Todd Eistetter explained.
You know, parents were having to go up and down the hall, so there was lines of people in front of each room, and they wanted to speak with one teacher, but there was a line that'd go to a different area, and there was a line of people. This way, if they're in the gym and all the teachers are there, parents can see who has an opening. It makes it much more efficient for parents.
I think if it helps flow and if it helps the parents, then I think it's a good idea. They don't have to travel all over the school to see kind of what's going on and things like that. And I think it's a one-stop shopping. It's the West Edmonton Mall model, I guess, is what it is.
Although most of the feedback is positive, some students don't agree with the in-gym interviews.
I think it's crowded. Like, to be honest, if everyone came at once like they always did, it would just be like, crowded everywhere. It'd be horrible. And the noise level.
And then I asked him about the time limit imposed this year.
Time. Why? 10 minutes of our time. I guess it's fair for everyone, but 10 minutes.
I have no problem with that. If I can't figure out either all the good things or all the bad things that are potentially happening in the school in the 10 minutes, then there's an issue.
You have to distribute your time evenly through parents, and it's not fair if one parent takes half an hour for an interview and then one parent doesn't even get to have an interview. And if an interview takes longer than 10 minutes, usually that means we should be setting up a meeting.
Although there is some negative feedback, most said it was a positive change for parent-teacher interviews, and they hoped that it would return again next time. For MCTV News, this is Tim Evans reporting.
The BAM program at MCHS isn't just aiming to teach students how to play an instrument, but is also preparing them for a career in the musical field. Ms. Zielinski is teaching her students a wealth of other skills as well, including transposing and conducting in musical theory. Tyler Troy reports.
The BAM program at MCHS doesn't teach the students just how to play an instrument, it also teaches them a wealth of other skills.
Reading sheet music is something I couldn't do previously, so yeah. I'd say they're a little bit easier, although we played some pretty hard pieces last year, so it's kind of a little break.
I spent a lot of time picking out a lot of different interesting pieces that I'm sure everyone's going to enjoy playing.
Definitely less complicated, less notes, easier music, pretty much.
Some might think that with the grade 9s playing the same pieces as the grade 10, 11s, and 12s, that they would be intimidated.
Yeah, a bit, but I'm sure by the end of the year I'll be just the same as them.
It's kind of scary. You can kind of get pressured and everything, but once you get the hang of it, you're kind of good.
So at the University of Alberta, I had 4 years of private music lessons, and I also learned how to play every instrument in the band and had a lot of conducting courses, music theory, music history courses, etc.
For MCTV News, I'm Tyler Troy.
What is...
Hi. How we all doing? That's good. That's solid.
Well,
Well, it's been pretty... well, I have to say, it's been pretty nice on the weather front.
definitely has, but with Christmas approaching, a lot of people are wondering if there will be any white stuff in the forecast.
I'm certainly hoping so. It wouldn't be Canada without a white Christmas.
Here to let us know what's happening on the weather front is our own meteorologist, Craig Baudestein.
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought I was going to be talking about the weather on Amanda there for a second, but we're not going to talk quite that local today. We're going to talk about the forecast for Canada. Let's take a look at the conditions across the country today. Up in the north, quite cold today, minus 18 in Yellowknife, minus 16 in Iqaluit. On the west coast, a mix of sun and cloud today and 6 degrees. Actually, I think the best place to be in the country today would be on the east, the central Canada and the east part of the country. 11 degrees in Toronto, 9 degrees with some showers in Montreal. It looks like actually going to be a very nice day up in St. John's, sunny and minus 3. Taking a look at the current conditions across Alberta. In Alberta today, the main thing is going to be scattered flurries. No matter where you're going to be in the province today, there's a better than good chance that you're going to see some snow all across the province. Temperatures really ranging anywhere from about minus 12 in the north to minus 2 down south in Medicine Hat. And again, mixed flurries throughout central Alberta, minus 7 in Red Deer, minus 6 for the Edmonton area, minus 4 in Jasper, getting some snow up there for the skiers, and Banff at minus 5 today. So that's a good thing because obviously Christmas just around the corner. Looks like we're going to get in a little bit more of the white stuff. It won't maybe be a brown Christmas after all. Let's take a look at the current conditions for Morinville. Current conditions right now, there is a chance of some flurries in the area, although we haven't confirmed that at the moment. It's minus 8 degrees, winds out of the east at 6 kilometers. You can't say it out loud though. Relative humidity is 92%. Sunrise at 8:44 and 4:14 is the sunset. Just letting my floor director know that he can't talk out loud on the air because that's a bad thing to do when you're actually on live television. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. 7-day forecast actually getting pretty good this weekend. It's going to be above average. Looks like we're going to have some scattered flurries on Monday and Wednesday, but the weekend looking really nice. Mix of sun and cloud on Saturday with a high of 3 and a high of 2 on Sunday. So get out there and enjoy it. That's about it, as long as my counts are correct. Amanda and Tyler, back to you guys.
Thanks, Mr. B. Last month, I had a chance to talk to the people from the Morinville Food Bank about the Christmas campaign for 2011. Citizens of Morinville got out and collected food throughout the month of November, including students from MCHS who donated items to needy families in the community. On November 25th, people at the Community Service Center went around and collected all the donations in their annual Stuff a Bus campaign. Let's take a look.
Food for needy families at their annual food bank. So we decided to ask people from Morinville more about it.
The food we're collecting today is for the Morinville Food Bank Society, and that will stock the shelves for the food bank for hopefully a good long time through the Christmas season.
It has been really great. Classes really get rowdy about this and all riled up, and they bring in a lot of food, so it's really good.
Past years we always sell out of food today. Usually we end up having to do money donations later, but definitely sell out every year. It's been pretty good.
I brought in a bunch of stuff to help food bank because I've known what it's felt like to not have some food. So I brought in a lot.
I think the food bank's been very successful, and I think every year that it goes on, it gets more support and more people support it to get more food out on the table of the less needy.
Yeah. When I was a child, my little sister was diagnosed with cancer, and both my parents lost their jobs, and so we had a lot of trouble financially. And the Food Bank of Morinville really contributed to us, and that makes us so grateful.
I don't really know what it means to me. I just think it's good to just be helping people out for if they need it, and food bank is just one of those ways of doing it.
Well, last year was a record-breaking year. We collected over 5,600 pounds. So, and I believe that this year will definitely be a record breaker yet again.
All in all, the food bank managed to raise 7,469 pounds of food and $810. For MCTV News, I'm Tyler Troy.
Every year, MCHS has a Christmas celebration to end the calendar year on a cheery note. Today, Mr. Darcy Owen, one of the organizers of this year's event, has graciously come down to the studio to discuss what we can expect. Mr. Owen, thank you for coming to the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, when will the Christmas celebration be happening?
Christmas celebration will happen next Thursday, December 22nd. We'll start roughly after the first period in the morning. So we're looking around 9:15, 9:30, sometime around there.
Awesome. From what I've heard, the celebration starts with a series of air bands. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
The Dramaturg air bands have been happening at this school for about, I'd say it's a 10-year tradition right now, even maybe a little bit longer than that. What happens is you have a bunch of Drama 10 students that have been working on air bands very hard for a very long period of time. The goal behind the air bands is for Drama 10 students to come out, have a little bit of fun, maybe poke a little bit of fun at themselves, but make sure that it's an event where people are going to come, be entertained, and watch some great dancing, some great choreography, and a good mix of songs.
Wow, I for one am in the air bands this year, so it shall be fun. What else can we expect during the celebration?
After the celebration, we'll have a series of events where our MC for the day will come and we'll have some charity monies donated to a number of local charities around the Morinville area, after which we'll have some grade 3s coming from Vanier, and they will sing some lovely Christmas songs for us, followed by a staff Christmas song, where the staff have worked really hard to prepare a song that will entertain and thrill the students of MCHS. After the staff Christmas song, the students of MCHS they'll have a nice little ham, potato, vegetable dinner with some ice cream and stuff like that, followed by the student-teacher hockey game, where I hear the teachers may have a good time with the grade 12s this year.
All right, well, thanks so much for coming on the show today. And I, for one, am looking forward to the Christmas celebration next Thursday morning. As many as you may know, Miss Vanessa King is leading a group of students and staff on a mission trip to New Orleans in March of 2012. In order to raise money for the trip, Miss King has arranged numerous fundraisers. One of them was the recent Wake-a-thon, a night filled with laughter, games, pizza, and no sleep. The evening's events raised $2,000 toward the trip.
November 18th, 2011, MCHS held a Wake-a-thon to help fundraise money for the New Orleans trip.
I'm having a great time. I'm not tired at all. Just played hide and seek. I hit my head on a pole. Me and Kirkland hid with the max, and then I got dust all over my pants. I'm pretty sure a rat bit me. I like supporting mission trip people because they're my friends.
We asked Miss King why she chose to hold a Wake-a-thon. This was her response.
Generally, Wake-a-thons bring in a lot of money, and we are trying to raise a substantial amount of money. I think we have about $27,000 more to go. We were hoping to raise between $5,000 and $6,000, and looks like we're going to be closer to $2,000, so we'll have more fundraising to come. But this was a really fun way to raise some money.
We also asked why MCHS is going on the mission trip.
Because they need us down there. It happened 6 years ago, and there's people down there who still aren't back in their homes, and that's crazy. There's 200,000 people that have not returned to New Orleans, and unfortunately, even though they're not living in their house, they're still responsible for their house. So they get fined if they don't, take care of the yard or take care of the house. So we're going to go and do that for a little while and see if we can help out, alleviate some stress. Do God's work.
For MCTV, this is Dakota Fleming signing off.
Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for tuning in.
Join us again after the Christmas break in January 12th when hosts Chandler Arkin and Austin Kennedy will update on these stories.
A look at the Morinville Christmas Festival, including an interview with country singer Gord Banford.
And a big announcement for the music fans at MCHS.
Mr. B, how's the weather shaping up?
Well, all things considered, it's actually looking pretty good, guys. A little bit of flurry activity on the weekend, but temperatures above average.
For all of us at MCTV News, I'm Tyler Troy.
And I'm Amanda Andrick.
And I'm Greg Baudisine. Happy holidays, MCHS.